So today you're here to talk about the best ways to calm children.
Yes.
And obviously you've studied Montessori. You've worked for 2.5 years in India. You've done a lot of relieving here, and you're studying here as well.
Yes.
To get qualified and registered. So let's talk about that. So in terms of you agree that that different child behaves differently and has different personalities.
Yes.
So you can't really use a cookie cutter approach to across all the children. So just elaborate a bit more on that.
So I feel like, see, every child is unique, and every child can be comforted differently. You need to understand the child and his needs. So what I usually do is, I ask the child, like, would you like a cuddle? If that's how they would like to be comforted. And if they say no, I respect their decision. I would make a space and talk to them. And the best thing is to distract them. Like, you need to understand the reason why they're crying. Like, if they're hurt, you help them. And if they're crying because they're hungry, you like feed them. So these are things. But if they're upset, if there's separation, they're missing their parents, so I ask them if they want a cuddle. If no, then I maintain the space and I talk to them and I distract them, showing them like more creative ways, they can have fun. So you ask them to help you out if the things you're doing. For example, if you're making beds, you will ask them, come and join me, help me. Like, distract them with various things. And with babies and toddlers, I have realized they need that touch, they need that comfort. Like, I usually rub their back to calm them down, give them a glass of water if they want, and you talk to them. You talk a lot. You give them words so that they can also later on express themselves better. If you realize that they are missing their parents, you tell them, "Oh, I understand that you're missing your parents, and they will be here very soon to pick you up." So you give them words so that they can express themselves later on. So that's what I usually do. Like, I rub their back, comfort them, give them water, distract them. Like, if they're only thinking about one thing, like missing their parents, I would like join them in a game with other children. And it's important to understand what they need.
Okay. So my question, because you've mentioned the word distract quite a fair bit.
Yeah.
And so my question is, as an adult, sometimes distraction is not the best way to deal with a situation. Why do you think that's the best way for a child
To distract?
to distract them? I mean, so amongst adults, if there's a certain issue, a certain problem, a certain situation, generally distraction doesn't work.
It does. For some people,
Wouldn't it? No?
I would say, like, if I have a
Okay.
problem.
Yep. But the problem will still be there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, problem is still there.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you need to take your mind off things, right? You would like to go for a walk to take your mind off these things. And the thing, there is solution to every problem. So you can't just start like thinking about it and dwell. And that's how you become distressed. You need to take your minds off those things and do something productive. So that's what an adult would do. Like, that's what I think. And that's what the parents are going to pick you up. So instead of thinking about that, why not enjoy our time here? Like, why?
Right.
Yeah. So
So
that's why I feel distraction works.
Right. So like if there's nothing that can be done, but there is a solution, there is a solution at hand. It's just a solution that may that requires you to be patient, and
Yeah.
it's further down the line. Then the best approach is to distract because number one, you can't do anything about it.
Yeah.
Number two, there is already a solution in place. It's just a matter of just waiting for it to come.
Yes.
So in that regards,
And also
a distraction works.
So when child comes to school, they because they're new, they're not familiar with the environment. And that's why I understand they would feel distressed. They would miss their parents. They would feel that something is missing here.
Yeah.
My parents are not here. The familiar surrounding is not here.
Yeah.
So that's why I feel like distraction works, because you're showing them how to have fun. Like, what can they do to have fun?
Yeah. So in a way, that is providing a solution, because look, it's not practical to take you out of this new setting, because wherever you go next will always be a new setting.
Yes.
So it's a matter of just giving them the tools to try to be able to cope with
Yeah.
that sort of thing, and I can understand that. But what if it comes to yeah, a more practical kind of problem? Not to say that the situation that you mentioned wasn't practical, but something which is like snatching or hitting, or just just always wanting attention from other friends or from the teachers. Is distraction the best approach? Like then, because it will still get them to. You may distract them and you may give them a new toy, or
Yeah.
get them to do a new activity. But then, if they don't know that it's wrong to keep poking
Slash.
someone,
Yeah.
or to irritate someone to get their attention, then those two just keep doing it then, right? And then you just gotta still keep distracting them.
That's not when the distraction would work, I guess. That's where you explain them what could be the result of snatching and hitting. So what I do is I explain them the whole scenario, like they will get hurt and it's not nice to hurt. I show them what they can do instead. I give them solutions. And if they're old enough to decide for themselves, I ask them for solution. Like, I don't think it's a good idea we snatch. What else do you think we can do? Shall we wait for our turn? Like, I ask them for solutions.
yeah,
So
yeah.
that works too, because they like to think for themselves.
Right.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I think 4 years and above.
Yeah.
So if you ask them, you're giving them that importance,
Yeah,
that attention that they need.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.